Dalhousie Springs. Good morning. Not a single cloud in the sky. However, we have been told over the next few days the weather is going to turn very bad out here, so enjoy it while it lasts. A beautiful spot, a lot of vegetative area that's all roped off, you can't walk over, and the tracks leading down to the springs are very well defined and easy to follow. 37, 38 degrees in the springs and absolutely beautiful, but to get out, we're 37 degrees in the water, and when you get out it's about 8 degrees. Quite a shock to the system. I won't be getting in this morning. A little bit of maintenance on the car and we'll move on today up to Mount Dare to refuel, breakfast time, and a bit of a clean up around the camp. Maintenance at Dalhousie, so we've done the best part of 550 kilometres through the desert, but it was so wet there was no dust. Bugger all dust in the air cleaner, didn't even need to be blown out, but I blew it out anyway. Even the engine is relatively clean, there's bugger all dust. I'm pretty happy with that. Still full of oil, so haven't used any oil, which is good.
A castaway on unknown shore, although a stranger in this continent, I'm always in
Well, Dalhousie Springs done and dusted. We're just leaving, it's lunchtime. Changed my tyre pressures from the hot tyre pressures of 19. When I have 3 psi difference between my cold and hot tyres, so 16 when they're cold, 19 when they're hot at the front, and in the rear it's 24 and 27. That's what I had when I crossed the desert, and I've gone up to 37 at the rear, 22 at the front. It's more looking at the tyre and not seeing that huge bag out the side. I know there's a lot of shaly rock and a lot of corrugations from here to Mount Dare, so I needed a little bit more pressure in the tyre just to avoid any issues with blowouts. So Mount Dare Hotel is the next stop, 71 kilometres from Dalhousie to Mount Dare. It's pretty much corrugated the whole way. There's little patches that haven't got corrugations, but most of it's corrugated. And they're quite severe corrugations as well. Right up, pushing up on the side, when you're driving over all the stones, which are quite sharp, you're away from the main part of the corrugations, but if you drive on the tracks, corrugations are fairly severe. We're about probably 15k out of Mount Dare now. We've just crossed a massive cattle creek. There's a little sign there that says cattle station. So just as far as you can see to the left and right, it's just dead flat. Look at Mount Dare tonight. The whole idea is to have a nice cannery and refuel the people. The campground's out behind the hotel. Fuel cost us $2.80 a litre, which was way better than I thought. I thought it'd be dearer than that. That was a pleasant surprise. The trip across from Birdsville to here was exactly 583 kilometres. That was via Rig Road. We used 107 litres of fuel. I'm pretty happy with that. There's showers and toilets with this campground behind Mount Dare. That's camp setup. I don't know how long that took, but however long it was very comfortable. While we're getting our dip and bickies out, these little tables, they're called OZ Trail, and they're so light. They're so easy to move around. I've had them for ages. They fall flat, and they're only about 30 bucks. They're awesome. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. So if you're out there and you want to sponsor somebody, it's on our way up to the Mount Dare Hotel. Have a quiet cannery, enjoy the rest of the evening. Just on sunset, they serve meals after 6. Just had a beautiful hot shower. Morning is brisk but not as cold as it's been. We're at Mount Dare Hotel. We're about to leave for Lamberts Centre. So we should be there this afternoon, all things going right. Car's all good, everything's ready to roll, everything's tied down. What I'm going to do when we get to Lamberts Centre today is give you a bit of a walk around of how I've packed the car. old Commodore. Doesn't look like it's been here an overly long time, but it's certainly been here long enough for people to take the wheels and the exhaust, some of the lining out of the boot, whatever spare parts I guess they could get that they could use that was reasonable. I guess they're only going to waste here. A little bit of the front end's missing, not much, but a little bit. Anyway, not a good sign to see. It would have been broken down normally, and it's been rolled over to get bits and pieces, that's all. They wouldn't have rolled it out here for sure. Oh, this is Mount Dare Road on the way to Fink. It's been very wet up here, really chopped up, and this is just outside of the Mount Dare Hotel. It's come good again here. The distance from Mount Dare Hotel to Fink is about 104 kilometres. From Fink to Lambert is about another 20 or 30 kilometres close, but at the moment it's been a fairly chopped up, boggy, crappy track. I'm hoping it improves, I'm sure it will. But the start of it has been pretty ordinary. So I'm not 100% confident we'll make it to Lamberts tonight, but regardless, we'll get there. So it'll either be tonight or tomorrow. Fuel. We've obviously everybody fills up at Mount Dare. We did. We've got an extra 70 litres on board for the trip back across the Madigan. And as soon as I can, like 300 kilometres in, I'll start emptying fuel back into the tank just to get it down lower. The 30 litre tank that I had on the roof when it was empty is now in our camper. And I was a little worried that I'd be able to smell it, but I couldn't smell it at all last night, so that concern's now out the window.
It's not your fault and you don't
I've got some heavy duty stains. Very heavy gate.
I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your
Fink Road runs past Fink, the township of Fink, or the community of Fink. It's an isolated Indigenous community, and it's gated. And you really need to phone first before you go in there. It's basically no entry signs at the gate. They do have fuel at Fink, so if you need fuel, you can get it, but you need to phone first and basically make an appointment to go in there and get fuel.
Well, the aerial came off again, so he's headed back down the track to pick it up.
That you thought you should didn't seem to do you any good.
So quiet out here, you could hear an aerial drop.
So we've turned off of Fink Road now, and we're heading on the track into Lamberts Centre. We've been told this is a horrid track. Some people have taken hours to do it. Other people, I guess, with more capable cars and better suspension, not so long, but the track doesn't, at the beginning of it anyway, it doesn't look that bad. We haven't got that far to go. Probably maybe less than 15 to 18 kilometres in. The majority of it's a really soft, like a dirt sand, I guess. It's not white, it's a red, thick sand, but it's a bit like the sand that you find at a cheap beach. Not like Surfers Paradise. It looks alright. It's just red and coarse. The track, we're only about 2k into the track. We found what looks like little balls of dirt, but it's almost like a mushroom that looks like dirt, a little ball of dirt. And you pick them and it's got a stem that goes into the soil. Bust them open and it's just dirt inside, or what looks like dirt inside. It's just really weird. I've never seen them before, but it's definitely something that is growing, and it definitely looks like dirt.
Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio's playing our song, and then you stood there smiling at me.
Lamberts, centre of Australia, with the Aussie flag flying proudly. How cool is that? Can I get it in frame there? There it is. Actually, the feeling's pretty awesome. Really, it's just a lot of dirt with a pole in the middle. That's all it is. But hey, I've been to the centre of Australia. Have you?
I'll be with you. It's true.
We haven't done anything other than get out of the car. So I haven't done any unpacking. So I thought before we unpack the car, I'd walk you around it, open the doors up and show you how we've packed the car. So front seat, obviously Net's passenger. She's got all her personal gear and all the stuff that she needs on a really regular basis at her feet. Still got enough room for her feet. You can see there where the floor mat is. Underneath the floor mat, I've got 2 tarps. Passenger rear door. On the passenger rear door, you'll see this strap here. This is a tie down strap for the Wolfpack boxes. There are 6 Wolfpack boxes in the back. The 2 on this side, 1 and 2, are the food boxes because this is the side our pantry's on. Beside it on the floor is a freezer set at minus 16. It's 15 litre King's freezer. All it's got in there is our meat. During the day, because it's in a locked car, I'll do my best to either, if it's not air conditioning on and we're stationary, I'll open a door, have a door ajar just to let it breathe. Right in the centre of the seat are the 2 boxes we don't use very often. One's a spare parts box. Hopefully we won't ever have to use that one, but that one's in the centre and that's the heaviest one. So it's right in the middle of the seat. On top of that is a bits and pieces box. It's the box with strings, ropes, ocking straps, CRC, all the bits and pieces that you may need. The handle to my shovel is there. The shovel is on top of the roof there. This bag here is a purpose-built bag. That roof rack's a homemade roof rack as well that I just had powder coated. Inside that are 2 20-litre jerry cans, max tracks on the roof. Before we open the kitchen, down here, that container there is just for my air and my water hoses. So I've got my little compressor permanently mounted in here. That's an ARB compressor. And then I've got a water hose in there that connects to the pressurised water system around the back. Open this up. This is my pantry, fridge, kitchen. All the everyday items go in here. Dishwashing liquid, salts and peppers and spices, things like that up the top. Coffee, hot chocolate. And this shelf, we've got our waffle iron or toasted sandwich maker. It's a really good one. Short handled single. Got a little windbreak next to the oven here, and that's for when we've got the gas going. That'll break any wind that's around. Stove, your billy, your gas, and we've got a little billy at the back for milk. It's got a thick base so it all heats at the same time. Pans, plates, dishes, cups. Next shelf down, coasters, paper towels, clip seal bags, potatoes, and bottom floor here we've got the toaster, gas bottle, breakfast cereals, bench for the kitchen. Open that up and that's where we wash our dishes. This is the fridge obviously. In front of the fridge we've got 2 bags. There's zip bags that are velcroed to the carpet. The back side's got all the bigger kitchen utensils. Front one has got knives and forks, spoons and things like that. The inverter sits underneath. Around the back, firstly we've got roof racks up the top, and up the top I had the empty 30-litre jerry. Our bin, spare tyre here, spare tyre under here. Got a pull-out drawer. All the recovery gear, a lot of tools, the ladder to access the roof, and bits and pieces, spare parts. If anything's broken, we've got a bit of a workbench to work on. This is how we access the back. Little work light there. Now in the back, take a little portaloo with us, and that portaloo, she can sit behind a tree. Always take a milk crate with me, mostly because I'm vertically impaired. A mat. We've got 2 chairs, 2 tables that come out every time we pull up, and they all just sit in the back. They don't get tied down. We've never had a problem with them. And there are our 2 tables. In there is just our living area. Storage wise, I've got a bag for my clothes. We've got another Wolfpack box in there for soft. The bedding on top of the bed. Obviously all the bed clothes are there, but on top of the bed we keep my toiletry bag, computer bag, Net's toiletry bag, any books we might be reading at the time, that all sits on the bed. There's a drawer in there, quite a large drawer. That's a Net's drawer, all of her clothes items and personal gear in there. We have a door under the seat. There's a seat in here. That door gives us access to the portaloo for night time. So on this side, we've got one big Titan drawer that holds a lot of kitchen stuff, my pans. This is where we've got our diesel at the moment. Up this end, this is all our washing equipment. So if we have a shower, we've got a little tub there. If it's cold, we can put hot water in there and have a bird bath. Portaloo. These drawers here, just camera equipment, and all of down here is just area that's free for charging. Back wall, a water pump. We've got all the Enerdrive power system there. Big 200 amp battery. We've also got a Quell pollution alarm. If we get any sort of carbon in the vehicle, it'll put off this god almighty beep. The back wall, that end, are the two 75 litre water tanks. So we've got 150 litres of water. They're separate tanks, so if something happens to one, we've still got the other. We've got the 23-0 privacy awning at the top. On this side, we've got these two Wolfpack boxes. One's all my fire equipment, so everything I need for having a fire, including the coal. Underneath that's first aid. At the top, above the Wolfpack boxes, there's a mezzanine net that holds a couple of raincoats, our hats, tissues, dash. I've got a little organiser on the dash that just sits in front of me. That holds a couple of pair of sunglasses, my normal glasses. The floor in the back, underneath the Wolfpack boxes behind my seat, tools. So I've got a tool roll in there, got a little axe in there. That's storage in the D-Max and the Tommy camper for a big trip. Hope you got something out of it. Lamberts, centre of Australia. That's where we are. We're about to set up camp, have a cup of tea. We're about 2 hours shy of dinner.
I've been pushing away everybody I love. I don't know what to do. Need a sign from above.
A bit of damp at the
I just want to be somebody who knows how to behave, but I'm not even close. Won't you save?
Morning, it's very overcast, Got up for the sunrise today, but it's not going to be much of a sunrise here at Lamberts Centre. So it's breakfast time and then hit the track after I pump airbags. Quite a cool morning this morning. It's not as cold as it's been. It's probably around that 10 or 11 degrees. For early May, that's quite comfortable. Good sleeping weather, that's for sure. Deathly silent out here. Absolutely deathly silent. Last night I was awake in the middle of the night and you're listening and you cannot hear a peep out of anything bar my fridge. Catch you on the track. Well, that's probably it for this video. I do appreciate you watching, I really do. Make sure you hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's a Patreon link below if you want to shout me a coffee. Again, I appreciate you watching and I'll see you on the next video.
Won't you save me? Won't you save me?